Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here and welcome to a brand new video in Forza Horizon 4. Well, gameplay of Forza Horizon 4 from the recent Forza Horizon 4 live stream yesterday. And in this video, we're going to be talking about something that's not only very near and dear to me, but I think is a really good step forward for the Horizon series. Now, we've been really curious, or at least I've been very curious to see what they've been doing with the new mud physics. And because mud physics as a whole are very, very interesting to anybody that is interested in off-road, because you want to be able to sink in the mud. You want to be able to kick up the mud. You want to be able to see that mud kind of deform around your tires. And they've done that here in Forza Horizon 4. Now, in order to show that mud off and show off the physics, in autumn, when it's a little bit more wet, a little bit more damp outside, they've actually created a off-road park area that during the autumn, it will get really muddy and mucky. So in this video, what we're going to actually be showing is that off-road park area. And you can see right now that we're on the freeway heading down towards the off-road park. And then once we get there, we're going to play around in the mud a little bit in this Honda Ridgeline trophy truck. Now, the off-road park itself will be a blast in any off-road vehicle, whether that is a Jeep Trailcat, let's see, this particular Honda Ridgeline, Dodge Power Wagon, any of the off-road Toyotas. Any of them will be a blast in this off-road park. Now, the off-road park itself, I can really see turning into something really, really cool, because it's something that we as a community, we've wanted it for a while, because it not only allows us to make use of the off-road vehicles, but it finally gives us a reason to be excited when new off-road vehicles come to the game. Because up to this point, off-road vehicles, I mean, in the Horizon games, they've been a little more useful, but not necessarily like super useful. Really, in all the Horizon games so far, all you've needed in terms of off-road when it really comes down to it is a rally car. And there's nothing wrong with rally cars, but at the end of the day, we want something else, right? You want to drive something other than a rally car. And that makes complete and total sense. You want your trucks to have a purpose. You want your trucks to have a function. And now they do. And there's a reason to run big tires. There's a reason to run like wide, fat mud tires. And you'll see here soon that not only is there a reason to, but they're genuinely fun to use. Like genuinely fun to use. Now, of course, with it being a Horizon game, you are allowed to go wherever you want in whatever vehicle you want. So if you want to take a Lamborghini Aventador to the off-road park, be my guest. Go for it. But I'll just go ahead and tell you right now that the off-road park in a Lamborghini Aventador is not going to be the best idea, and it's not going to be, let's say, the most effective strategy in terms of getting the most out of that area of the map. But it is a Horizon game, so with that being said, you still can do whatever you want. So this is the entrance to the off-road park. You can see there's like mud tires everywhere, kind of signifying that you're entering the off-road park, and you can see all of the mud deforming around the tires of the vehicles, and like deforming around the cars and everything. And there's a lot more to it than people were thinking, like, oh, it's just reskinned snow. No. There's a lot more to the mud than that. You can see this being kicked up. It's being thrown around. It's changing. Like, wherever you drive and wherever you spin your wheels, it's going to dig down into the mud a little bit more and a little bit more. Now, the mud will not be as deformable during the summer when the ground is dry, but whenever it's wet outside, it will be a little bit more deformable. So I really like the fact that it's dynamic in that way. And by the way, I cannot wait to just start playing around in this off-road park. It's going to be so much fun, especially for something like the Power Wagon. Dude, we've got like literally we've got mudding in Forza. Like, when did we think we were going to have that? I certainly didn't. And like, if you told me that we were going to have half of these features, I would have been like, are you sure? Are you serious? And they were like, yeah, no, here you go. And I think that this is something that's really important to show that they've listened to the community, because there's a lot more crossover between the Forza community and the off-road gaming community, I think, than a lot of people think. And, you know, I feel like moderately, just a little bit in the back of my head, I feel like games like Spin Tires, or at least that series, may have had an influence on this, because that game got way bigger than everybody thought it would get. And lo and behold, now we have off-roading and deformable mud in a Forza Horizon game. So I feel like it would be kind of silly to completely ignore the possibility of a connection. I mean, like, look right there. You slid sideways, and you've got all of that deformation, all of that terrain deformation right there. So definitely something to, and it's honestly kind of like a bit of a spectacle, because you're looking at, and look how far sunken in that Focus RS is, or like that Focus rally car, and it's just like so cool. And then you can drive right back out of it again and just be going along like no big deal whatsoever. Now there is a race you can do here in the off-road park, and the race itself, it's called the Mud Kickers 4x4 Scramble. It's a dirt racing series race, and you could use, like, for example, that Ridgeline Baja Trophy truck. You can use like the off-road Mini. You can use like a lot of different things, but really what's more important is to show what it's like to kind of, by the way, I love how vehicles can sometimes, they'll remove different parts and show you different pieces of the vehicle while you're waiting for a race. I think that's really cool. But when you're racing in this environment, you can see that, like, there's so many vehicles that are, like, splashing around in the mud and, like, really trying to, like, battle for position, that it turns into a really mucky, deal, but it ends up looking to be a lot of fun. And I can see so many cool things happening with this off-road park feature. I mean, I can see just like people coming here to role play, mudding with different trucks and just having off-road meets. I mean, I could literally see a truck meet happening here. I mean, when was the last time anybody ever thought of a truck meet happening in Forza? Nobody thinks of a truck meet in Forza. That's unheard of. That's not something that we would think about, especially not something that we would have thought about like a couple of years ago. But now here it can happen. An off-road meet, truck meet, Jeep meet. These things are now possible in a Forza Horizon game, and frankly, I am just blown away that we've reached a point to where we have a Forza Horizon game with everything from highway racing with supercars, as you would expect, to, tight toge roads for mountain drifting. We also have an off-road park. I mean, does that not seem like the perfect Forza Horizon game? It certainly does to me. So that honestly kind of completes this little circle of everything that ties Horizon 4 together with all these different things. I mean, when you have the high-speed supercar stuff, the drift stuff, and the off-road, like an actual place to use the off-road vehicles, you've kind of got me hooked. I mean, like, that is literally how you make my perfect Forza Horizon game. I mean, the only thing that you could do at that point to make it more perfect is maybe add, like, diesel trucks with lift kits. I mean, that's probably just about the last thing that you could do to make it perfect, because we've already got all the drift cars. I mean, we're getting all the steering angle mods and stuff like that. And, I mean, you can see he definitely went for a little bit of a tumble there. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the off-road park in Forza Horizon 4. If you did enjoy this video and this little overview, don't forget to click the like button. Tell me in the comments below what y'all thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. I will be back later today with more content for you guys. I'll see y'all there.